Hey, what's going on, guys? My name is George, and this is SaaS Reviews and Interviews. Today we got on Mike, which is from Analyser Pro, and he's going to talk about what his tool does. So, Mike, let us know what your tool does.
Well, in short, my tool allows you to spy your competitors, allows you to see what they are doing, what's working well, and you can copy and improve on what they are doing.
Awesome. So, Analyser Pro is like a social media overview of what your profiles are doing, or also competitor profiles from what I can see. Is that true?
Yes, you don't need to be the admin of any page you want to see. You just need the name of the page, and you can see every report about their engagement and their potential reach and everything. You usually see only when you are the admin of the page. And that allows you to know a lot more about your competitors.
Awesome. Now, I've seen other tools that is kind of similar, that they show you like an overview of their profiles and competitors. But now that I've seen Analyser Pro for myself, I see it's much different from the other ones. It has like a different type of feeling. It's like a ranking for each post. It's just a complete different feel. So why don't you show us the tool? See what it does. I know people want to see it.
Okay, perfect. Well, this is the tool. This is the first screen you see. You see a list of every Instagram profile or Facebook page we have had before. And well, this is what you can do. You can choose to analyze any of those pages, and you will see a list of all the posts, the 10 most recent posts, and the usual numbers about how many people follow the page. But you have a live view of the people are talking about right now and the current reach. This is something that changes every second, because if you post something new, maybe you will have an incredible reach, or maybe you will have less reach. This is the average of what's going on in this moment. You can see the performance that day in terms of likes and shares and comments. You can isolate any of them. You can see only the reactions. You can see on Sunday there are a lot of reactions in this particular brand. You can see there are a lot of shares also those days. It depends on the way you publish or the way people try to use your product at that times of the week or the day. You can see every post, and you have some value that's something that we calculate that's different from any other tool. That's post score that takes into account the smart engagement and tries to verify authenticity of every interaction. So it allows you to see very fast which communication is getting the best performance. The higher the number, the best we are doing it. So,
right. This is something I love about this tool. What makes this tool stand out is the post score. So what I see, it analyzes all the data from comments, shares, likes, and everything, and it just makes a score. And that's something I love about it.
Yes, this is something that we do, analyzing the text of every comment and every interaction. Yeah, that is the same thing that allows to have this emotion radar and have the sentiment analysis of every post. And in this case, you can see this is a very high post score. It means that for some reason, this copy and this art have the better reach of all of them. And we have a number, social ROI, that's the number expressed in dollar amount of the money you will have to spend on ads to reach the same amount of people to obtain this kind of result. And also, one of the things that our tool does that no other tool does that I know is that we are totally aligned with the concept of inbound marketing, what HubSpot proposed about awareness, consideration, and decision. And every post at post level, you can see a percentage of the use of this particular communication for any of those buyer's journey stage. You can see this have a very high decision value, and it's an offer. It's an offer, and of course, it's something for Mother's Day, and you are giving a coupon, and people, well, think that they can use this to buy. That's the intention. There are other products like this that have more awareness. People share more this information and talk about it, and this is a good post. It's something that the image and the copy and the reaction people took about it is very good.
Yeah, well, that's something important to. The whole point of this tool is to actually analyze the data, to compare it, and it's to make your profile, your business, or the business you're working for better, to see what works and what doesn't work. So you start working on the good stuff and not the bad stuff.
Yes, you can use it on your own brand, and you can use it on your competitors, because that is something that probably a lot of smaller companies may use. The big companies have big marketing departments, and they have a lot of people working with them and analyzing, and they have the time and the resources to dedicate a lot of resources to analyze every detail and know something that you can, because it will take you 3 weeks to do the same they can do with 10 people in 1 day. So if you are in the same industry and you look at someone that sells something that is of value for your same audience, you can check what they are doing, and you can try to imitate or try to be knowing or what they have researched and what they show in their posts, and use it yourself.
Exactly. They probably have a specialized team of marketing. They're spending thousands on research, and they know what it works. So instead of you wasting all that money, you use Social Analyzer, you go see their competition and just put it in an analyzer and see what is working best even for them. So you can do what works, what works for them. So instead of spending that money and time analyzing and researching, Analyser Pro will do it for you.
Exactly. So, and it saves you a lot of time, because you can count interactions, and you can read comments, and you can take your own position about what you're seeing, but it takes a lot of time. When you have big brands that have a lot of comments, it can take a lot of time to do that. For example, we have this brand here, Forever 21, and we can see. So
to be clear, you're not the administrator, you're not the editor, you have nothing to do with Forever 21, but we can still analyze it. Is that correct?
Yes. Awesome. I just need the name of the page, and I can add it to my software and see what's going on there. Awesome. I can see all the data about their latest post and the amount of interaction, and how probably will have cost to promote those posts. Every detail, I can see this is doing better for some reason. People care about it, and is again the copy is an offer. It has a link that says shop now, and it has the code of the dress. So they know, seeing this, that this combination of colors, this dress, is something people want to buy, because the way they talk about it, the way they are reacting to the post is more lean to the decision stage of the buyer's journey.
Okay.
So if we had a brand and we have a similar audience with the same age range, we can use something like this with this kind of copy on the same week, on the same day, because you don't need to wait 2 weeks or 3 weeks to analyze it. If they post this 1 hour ago, I can post exactly the same thing right now. 60 minutes later, I can have it in the same audience in the same moment, because social media is something like that. In the right time, maybe you have a reaction different than what you will have in about 2 weeks or 2 days. So you can react very fast knowing this. I don't know what to post today. Well, see your competitor. What are they doing? They are bigger than you, some of them. So if you check what they are doing, and you have the fast response to do the same, you can take control of whatever they are giving, whatever is giving their results.
Awesome. So Walter and you, Mike, were telling me, where did you guys, how did you guys come up with this information for that post score? You guys told me you did a lot of research.
Yes. Well, we had a method that's called Confluence. That's a mix of content marketing and influencer marketing. And the way it works is without paying ads, trying to reach organic people, trying to reach people organically, doing just research about what they care about, the affinity they find with the material. We developed a method that we've been teaching for a lot of time. And right now we're trying to make that an automatic process, so anyone can do it without having to spend time counting things and trying to see how does it react. As we can see, any brand in any country, any industry, we have a lot of data. We don't need to rely only on my client and 2 clients. Oh, I have 2 Pixel stores, so I can know about Pixel stores. No, I can have the 10,000 pixel stores and see what works in what country. It's not the same in Buenos Aires, or it's not the same in New York. So I can see what works in every industry, in every geographic area. Awesome. And if you have a new pixel store, you don't have to begin from zero. Usually you begin to try things and see how people react, and
experiment and wasting time and money and
yes, and your client asking what's going on. I don't see reaction. People doesn't come to my store. Well, you don't have to spend 6 weeks doing that, because if there is someone that's sold the same item in the same place, you can see what happened there, and you can base your strategy on that. And in fact, you can do it right, like copying what they do. If I compare Forever 21 and Diesel and Levi's, and I click this mixer tool, it takes,
it's going to analyze and it's going to update whatever's been going on.
Yes, it takes some seconds, and it's taking, in this case, it's taking the last 40 days analysis. It's taking here almost 3 years from Diesel, and 193 days from Levi's. And it shows what they are doing. It shows this is the brand that has the better engagement from this trade. And this is the strategy we need to do if we are aimed to the same age range, the same geographic area, the same people, the same audience. Well, you need to post in the base case 9 times a month, 2 times per week, with this frequency, and you have to use 7 pictures, 2 videos, and that's it. You can do a budget for that. This is the calendar of the day, beginning next Monday, the time that will be better, and that's it. You just need to plan. But what do you do? Okay, let's see what this is doing. If I click the logo, I can see the Diesel page, and again, I can see the post score and see what works better, and see where do they reach more people, what the kind of language they use, what the kind of picture that had the better reactions.
Right. So you use a mixer, see which one is the best, see how you're gonna do the post, and then go analyze the best one, to see what's best to do.
Exactly. But this should work very well for them. You have the decision value here. I can see this one too. This kind of image, a couple, is something that maybe it was the copy. You need to, of course, take care and really see what's going on. It's not only the colors on the picture. It's just what they wrote. It is the time of the day. It's a lot of things. But this works well. And if you sell something similar, you can probably work very well beginning with this. You can improve on that. But if you combine this with the best post from Forever 21, with the best post from the other company, you can have a better chance to reach more people and to have better engagement.
Exactly. Yeah, that's pretty awesome. So I see also, what social medias do you have right now available?
Sorry?
What social media platforms can we work with this tool right now?
Okay, we can work with Facebook and Instagram right now.
Okay.
We are aiming to work with LinkedIn this year too, because I guess LinkedIn is one of the platforms that is like Facebook was 5 years ago. You can have a lot of organic reach there because it is not so crowded like Facebook, and people it is more aimed to their business, and it works a lot better for some kind of things. Of course, Instagram is better for some kind of audience and products, but I guess LinkedIn is very good for a lot of B2B and also a lot of personal branding and things can be made better there than in Instagram, because everyone wants to do personal branding on Instagram, but I guess it's more fashion related and lifestyle and all those kind of things.
And each social media has their own strategy. How you're going to work?
Of course.
Can we see Instagram, how it works?
Yes. I see some brands there. Well, let's see the Avengers account.
All right. Now, something I've noticed is, it takes a little bit each time you click, because it's going to start updating anything that's happened.
Yes.
So if you check
Yes.
a day ago, it's going to update that information.
Exactly. Some tools have a local data about the last time they reached the brand, but we are going live every time we analyze. So we can show something like that, but it will be not precise. Social media moves very fast. So when you click, it analyzes until the last moment. If someone comments right now, or if they have a new like right now, they will show it.
Right. So for example, you clicked on Avengers, they probably have like 1,000 comments in an hour.
Yeah, of course. And what? Here is the last post announcing the best opening of all time. It's something that until now has generated almost 2,100 likes. It probably reached more than 2 million people. And you will have to spend $33,000 to reach 2 million people and have that kind of interaction, because it's not only reaching people by reaching people, because we can reach a lot of people, but if they are in Pakistan and in India, it doesn't matter. This is people that is going to see the movie or has seen the movie.
Right.
It's real people that care, people that take into account what we are posting and what we are talking about. And,
exactly.
And now that we are seeing Instagram, if we would like to use, if this is an account from an influencer, we could know how much can we pay for any post. If we know we can spend up to $50,000 on advertising to reach the same amount of people, maybe if their shares $5,000 is very cheap, because we are getting 10 times what we invest. Or on some cases you can see that it's too expensive, because probably it will be a better business to spend the money on advertising. But when you haven't worked with an influencer before, usually you don't have those kind of data. You don't see what's happening. You don't see the real engagement, because until you track and have your own link, you don't know what's going on. Here you can see it. You can see these are real reactions. This is the money you will have to spend to reach 3 million people in that audience, probably on the United States and UK, that is very expensive to have that kind of reaction. But of course, reaching 3 million people, that is exactly in the target that you want, is something that's expensive.
Right.
And
yeah.
probably using. Yeah.
So if this was an influencer profile, and let's just say the average was $8,000, $10,000, like an average. If you were to pay an influencer, you probably have to pay them around $3,000, $4,000.
Yes, of course. It depends on the person, because you can find that probably the average for Kylie Jenner, for example, will be about $250,000 for a post. But you get your value for that.
Right. Yeah. With this tool, you'll see how much that ROI will be, and you say, "Hey, yeah, it's worth it."
Yes, exactly. If you have a product that may like the people that follows her, it is worth it. If you spend $250,000 and you sell 5 million on makeup in just one post, it works.
Right, exactly. Or in the other way around, say an influencer contacts you, you go analyze them here with Analyser Pro, and say the influencer wants to charge you $5,000, but you see the ROI is around $3,000, $4,000. You can clearly see that he's not a good option, and you can analyze it with it.
Exactly. Yes, you can compare them and know where do you invest.
Awesome. Well, anything else you want to add? Because it's pretty cool. It's a pretty cool tool.
Well, we're trying to make it simple. So there is a lot of data we are analyzing, but in fact, the results are very clear. If you are researching this account, you probably want to know the post score first thing, so you can know, well, here you can see, without the spoilers, if you saw the movie, well, you understand why these have more than $250,000 value.
Yeah.
Because, well,
it's a $250,000.
Yes, and you can identify that if you are writing material, you have a fan page about Marvel comics or anything, you know this is going to reach a lot of people. You have 5,000 comments. You can see this is going to make your post stand out between all the other comic pages because you are talking about a topic that people are interested in.
Yeah, it just gives you the information that you need that's going to work.
Yeah.
Awesome. Oh, and just I remember right now, there's the yes. Reports. What about reports for clients?
Okay, let's go to the list. One of the things you need to show people sometimes is that you need to allow, what's the other part? Let's go back. Okay. Yeah, sometimes you need to show your client or a lot of people what you are doing. And with this link here, you can click on a printed report version that you can share with them, or you can print a PDF and they can see the information from the last 10 posts and everything they need to know about them.
Yeah. Now, I just want to give an example of how this would work for me. Like I do marketing for companies, and sometimes I do strategies that they don't understand. I mean, I just say, hey, I'm doing this for a reason, but this is an easier way to tell them that it works what I'm doing. Because I could just say words and words, and they're not really looking at what I'm doing. But with Analyser Pro, if I give them, I can show them, hey, this is why I tell you this works and this doesn't work. Because sometimes clients will tell you, hey, I don't want you to do this. I want you to do it this way. So you can do it their way, and you can show them, hey, this is why I don't do it your way. You can see
of course,
clearly does worse than what I do. So it shows them.
Yes, of course, and you can compare and see what kind of conversation you need to do. For example, this one here, if we see, well, this is French, I don't know French, but in the set copy, you can see that this one had a lot of awareness. And in a discovery phase where you have a new product or you have something you want to talk about to people, this is the kind of conversation you should be having. For example, if you want to allow your product to be considered like an option, probably you should use this kind of topic that have a lot more of consideration value. People are talking about it in a way with a nice sentiment that expresses that people have interest and people are choosing between your product and another one. And of course, you can. This also have a good decision level. Not everything you do is a sale, and sometimes you can have a high decision level in something that is not a product that you can buy. But it also shows that people have interest in what you're talking about. If you could, this is a coach. Probably he was going to do something in that city or in the place, people will buy the ticket to go to see him. And something that you know is because of this topic, because of this image on what the affinity he's talking about.
Awesome.
Yeah.
All right. I don't know if you have any information more or just we wrap it up. Tell me if you want to show something else.
Well, I guess for now, that is it. We're going to work on LinkedIn on the next month. And we are going to have a new product that is a word cloud, is a new feature of the product that shows you the main topic started from all the comments interaction of every post that allows you to see clearly what the brand is talking about and what the people is talking about. And you can compare both and see how much do they match. If you are talking what your audience wants to hear, or you are talking for in some direction and the people are talking about another thing. And you can see that with a word cloud that is different that the usual word clouds we see everywhere, where you can have a map of words and different sizes, and you can know, oh, people are talking about this topic. But we can select how many words do we use, and we can focus on get the set amount of information. Maybe we should deal with 10 words, maybe we just need 3, but we can have. We've been doing this with news and political, but there are a lot of bad feelings on politics, and people doesn't like some topics, and we've been researching that and knowing exactly, identifying when 2 or 3 people are competing for popular election, we can see the topics that makes people happy, and we can see the topics you have to avoid, and it's very clear, because when you analyze the workflow, you can immediately you can see you don't have to talk about it.
Exactly.
And just it looks a lot.
Great. That's it's gonna be a great tool.
Yeah.
Well, all right, Mike. I thank you a lot for doing this interview with us. It's great to have you. It's a great tool. You can clearly see that anyone who's doing marketing for themselves or for other businesses, it's gonna be a great tool for them.
Well, thanks to you.
All right, Mike. Thanks. See you later.